Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Libra. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to the week starting April 12th, 2021. And just a quick reminder for all you Patreon people, remember that the Patreon weekly bonus astrology report will be up here this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And we are doing double readings, so same format, just extra cards. And so with all of that out of the way, let's talk about the astrology I want to bring up in this video. So on the 12th itself, we actually have this new moon that is occurring in Aries, which is your 7th house of partnerships, closest one-on-one relationships. That's your boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, your roommate, all the people you have your closest one-on-one connections and involvements with. And that new moon is connecting in a very helpful sextile to Mars, which is currently in your 9th house of higher education, government and legal proceedings, travel, culture, worldliness, your spiritual practice, as well as your reach, your ability to actually connect with a wider community, wider groups of people, all of that good stuff. And when we have a new moon in our 7th house, well, this sets up an interesting window for the next 2 weeks where you're going to be finding that close one-on-one connections with those that are actually maybe a part of an area of your life that involves a lot of deeper thinking or higher activities like spiritual practice, or maybe anything to do with a business, online business, connections abroad, are actually getting formed. We're going to be creating a lot of alliances that are going to be bringing a lot of new expansive opportunities to both our love lives and our professional lives. And so you may be finding that, really cool collaborators are showing up, things that could really launch your career, launch your education, launch your spiritual practice, or even new love opportunities or existing partnerships evolving into more deep and, let's just say, evolved expressions of themselves, getting away from maybe things that we have actually become a little bit too accustomed to, or things that have maybe been kind of just never getting out of our own backyard. We're starting to go on a lot more adventures and meet people from more, exotic and foreign spaces or more idyllic areas and energies of our life so that we can bring it on home and attune to them. As we get onto your cards, you have, for your spiritual themes, the 7 of Cups upright and the Ace of Swords upright. And the 7 of Cups upright is indicating that this week is really going to be all about a lot of shakeups for you, but shakeups that are absolutely necessary, because the 7 of Cups is indicating that we need to actually start presenting ourselves with more options. If we have been maybe stuck in a very straight and narrow pattern, trapped in one lane, or maybe getting ourselves into a space where our options for either our work, our own creative process, love life, living situation have become very limited, or maybe even stuck in just one trajectory. A lot of things are going to be showing up to give you options that you weren't even looking for. Now, the cool thing about the 7 of Cups is you get to sample a little bit of everything, and you want to make sure that you are going through the sampling process. Do not be, the person who puts their blinders up because they can't, deal with more information. This is a time where you're going to be finding that things you never knew could actually be good for you are coming from spaces you never thought to explore. As we get on to your Ace of Swords upright, this is also a week where a lot of you are finding that a lot of situations that have maybe been waiting to have their day, waiting for a launch, waiting for commencement, or maybe just waiting to be given an opening to actually start becoming something is actually, that this is the week where the green light is finally happening, right? As you've heard me say with the Ace of Swords, it's the green light card. And so a lot of you are also going to want to pay attention to where you need to be available to respond, and hit the gas when the light turns green. If the light turns green, don't be that person looking at their phone or looking at the clouds and not going anywhere. The Ace of Swords is a time where you're also going to have to start being more of an initiator. And so when it comes to important conversations, important invitations, things like that, anything that you initiate is going to start getting more of that green light experience. Do not sit back and wait for other people to be initiators during this time. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work, your job, your finances, you have the Tower card upright and the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And with the Tower card upright, I am seeing a lot of you Libra people finding that when it comes to either a certain work or maybe even a financial process, maybe a living situation, there is something that is actually getting completely dismantled, pulled apart down to the scaffolding. And with the Tower card, what this often is something that is out of date anyway. Whether it's recently or even further back, showed signs of not paying off, showed signs of not actually serving you or anyone else, or it's something that is getting blown apart because it's, time for everyone to kind of move on to bigger and better things. This could be a very tumultuous week, especially when it comes to maybe certain projects, or maybe even finding out that somebody at your job or at your business is transferring, opening up a lot of lines for shifts in different positions and roles, but also throwing a wrench in a lot of works, or possibly even something going on where you are having to respond immediately and shake up all of your plans in order to meet that. But with the Tower card, I am not getting necessarily a whole lot of negativity here, even if it feels negative in the moment, right? We don't want to overfeel or over-emote it. This is still something that I feel is actually getting something that's been a container off of you, even if it felt like a safe one. As we get onto the Two of Pentacles reversed, I am seeing a lot of you actually dropping something that has actually taken up too much of your time, energy, and attention, and not actually paying you out or paying off for you at all. Whether we're not seeing a decent return on it, or it's actually just been something that has bound you up. And I feel like it's bound you up in time. It's bound you up in availability to get on to bigger and better things. Sometimes it's really hard to get our magnum opus taken care of, or our transfer or transition that we want to take, especially if we are tied up kind of doing the ho-hum, same old, endless busy work. There is a downsizing of something that has actually been a burden or constant in your life that you're not even really happy you've had. And this is opening you up for, again, a breakthrough. As we get on to your communications, friends, relatives, other people in your life, the guys, the girls, that kind of thing, we've got the Three of Cups upright and the Star card reversed. And with the Three of Cups upright, I'm actually seeing a lot of you becoming very, very popular, becoming very, very socially active during this week. In fact, with the Three of Cups, you may even be finding that your community is starting to shift in a way where you are starting to spend a lot more time with people that are also lifting you up. And these are genuine friends, by the way. These are people that even if you're meeting them this week, or you're kind of getting closer for the first time, maybe they've only been online for now, or maybe they've been people you've only known through work or whatever, people are actually, getting closer and tighter in their bonds. And with the Three of Cups, it's more than just networking, right? It's actually something that is multifaceted. And I'm seeing with this Three of Cups, this could be a team effort turning into something that is a cause for celebration, or possibly even your squad really kind of showing up for you and pulling off something big. As we get on to the Star card reverse, there's also going to be some really good news that comes through a friend or a relative that is actually granting a wish that you have made, or maybe manifesting an intention that you have already put out there. But with the Star card reversed, it's kind of like we're getting the confirmation that it's happening, but we might not necessarily have it all come together this week. It's kind of like my glasses. I've been waiting for these forever. And funny enough, I ended up getting them today, right after the Virgo readings were taken care of. So it was, so I switched glasses in between reads and hair. But the the Star card reversed is indicating that we're kind of getting this confirmation of something that is to be delivered or to be made good on, that will show up through a friend or a relative. Now, this could be something that does actually make or break. I think make something that has been on shaky ground for you not only more secure, but again, manifest. As we get on to your challenges this week, well, we've got the Five of Pentacles upright, and we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. And with the Five of Pentacles upright, I am seeing that a lot of you Libra people are going to find that this week is creating sort of a no turning back kind of feel when it comes to a usual source or supply of, I'm not sure if this is, material support or social support, family support. The Five of Pentacles is indicating that we are going to be finding that a well has run dry in our lives. And it's important for us to pay attention to where we need to stop trying to go back to, or to do the same thing that we always have, in order to actually have our needs met, right? We have to drop everything that we know, or drop all of our assumptions of what usually works, and actually step into a new way of generating that security, that abundance, or whatever's going on. I'm also getting that I do want to mention some of you may also want to keep an eye on your health. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, but the Five of Pentacles is indicating that some of you may also find that, if you're already kind of sick going into this week, or maybe, just be careful when it comes to how your body is not actually getting replenished, because there could be some issues with some sickness going on, okay? And the King of Pentacles reversed is indicating that this week is, yes, still going to be incredibly positive when it comes to things like money, and again, getting an opportunity to move on up when it comes to your earning power. But be careful about selling out as well. All right, because with the King of Pentacles reversed, I am seeing some of you may be actually tempted to put off what you know you need to do because there's easier money to be had. Or maybe the King of Pentacles reversed is showing up as a person offering to buy you, offering to maybe compensate you more for not growing. Now, how that shows up in your life, again, this is a general reading. Of course, you can't make, this, I'm not sure how it would personally show up for you. I don't even know what your moon and rising are. But with the the King of Pentacles reversed, what will most likely happen is that you are going to be getting some kind of reward or incentive that may tempt you to sort of hang out there, that you want to make sure that you're still moving onward and upward with. When it comes to love and romance, you have the Seven of Swords upright and the Hanged Man upright. And I feel like this week, when it comes to love, the Seven of Swords is indicating that there's some serious unstable effort going on when it comes to either a partner or maybe somebody new in your life. Now, whether this is somebody recent or somebody showing up this week, of course, that remains to be seen when it comes to your personal life. But the Seven of Swords is indicating that we're kind of noticing this erratic behavior And it's indicating that this could actually be, not only erratic, but a sign that a person is kind of operating from either a self-preservation survival mode, or maybe even a place that is prompting them to do things that might seem a bit questionable as far as how their personal presentation and their social interactions are going. I don't know if of course, I'm not going to be that tarot reader who projects, across the board that this is unethical, because it might not be unethical. It might be something that we just kind of notice and that we notice our partner is going through. And it's kind of like, hey, look, you're kind of, telling a lot of little white lies or leaving some things out when it comes to your friends or your family members. Like, is everything okay? Or you might be noticing that somebody's stories kind of change, or their origin story kind of changes with getting to know somebody new. And with the Seven of Swords, it's like a lot of stuff is getting left out, and we're finding out about a lot of information that has been getting left out in our interactions with this person. I feel that this is a week where you're really going to want to get this ironed out. You're really going to want to, of course, step into that calm, right? Zoom out to the cosmic perspective, look at it from a calm, objective, non-reactive or reactionary state, and see what is really going on. For those of you who are single and available, I definitely do not think you should rush to judgment on this person. Certainly don't rush into anything. Take it as it comes. And for those of you who are currently partnered, find out what the cause, core, and root of this behavior is before maybe actually going in and, trying to get your partner to reverse it. Because sometimes when people find, maybe they don't know what the cause, core, and root is. Not everyone is very good at introspection and self-examination right away, especially with the Seven of Swords as a sign that somebody's kind of running blind themselves. As we get on to the Hanged Man, I am seeing that there is a bit of a shift going on with a partner where I feel like they're kind of evolving into somebody completely different, and maybe that a lot of their personal presentation, a lot of who they have been up until this point has kind of been almost like an earthbound ghost. And that's not really who they've been for a long time. And this may actually be a very interesting and very, very enlightening experience for those of you in love and romance, because you may find that the person that is coming, that's going to come out of the cocoon is way more desirable, is way more self-realized, is way better. Sometimes it's a hard thing for them to go through, though, and you're going to want to make sure that you are aware that there is a transformation that is going on. A partner may also be withdrawing from a lot of things that you thought they deeply liked and loved as it relates to their social life, their passions, their career interests, and things like that. And you're going to have to get to know each other all over again. For those of you who are single and available, the Hangman is indicating possibly another person. This may not necessarily be the Seven of Swords person. It could be, two sides of the same coin, or it could be a second person that is in the middle of this process themselves, on a journey. Hopefully it's a soulful, self-examined, introspective, and intelligent journey, not a dumpster fire in, rolling down the road kind of journey. But I do feel that this is a situation that's going to also need to be handled with patience and care, but it still could be good. So that is what I've got for you, Libra people. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay? If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.